Hey, what's going on, my friend? My name is Garrett Jensen, and I have been given the honor of introducing you to one of the largest and most successful online business platforms on the planet, the Dream Team. So, welcome. We've created this series of 6 discovery videos to teach you literally everything there is to know about our platform and how you can use it with us. We're going to teach you how to not only make an online business of your own, but how to make a killing with it. And I'll tell you right now, if you're looking for a way to maybe get out of that rut or really turn the tables on your financial situation, then you are exactly where you need to be. So let me be the first to congratulate you on taking that first step. I know it's hard. And you should know, every single one of the people you're going to be hearing from in these videos took that exact same first step that you just took. Okay, and we have people who have become millionaires, people who have quit their jobs, people who have gotten themselves out from under mountains of debt and started living their dream lives, all using this exact system. Okay, so please, for your own sake, turn off your distractions, maybe take some notes, and feel free to watch these videos as many times as you like before you actually take your strategy call with one of our coaches. And I guess this is a great time to remind you that the next step after watching these videos is to take that call with your coach. Okay, it's a one-on-one call where someone can actually start working on a personalized plan to get you started on the right foot. These videos we're watching today, they're going to focus heavily on what we've found to be the best way to get started for most people. But I want you to keep in mind that there are many, many different ways to get started at all kinds of different price points. So that's going to be something you're going to want to discuss with your coach on your strategy call. So I definitely start thinking about that call now as you're watching these videos. Now, before we really dig in, I'd like to very quickly share my story with you because I'm willing to bet we actually have a lot in common. And forgive me if you've actually heard this before on one of our weekly webinars. I say it there all the time. But before I started working online, I was in the Navy. And something I think everyone knows about the Navy is that if you're in the Navy, you are sailing all the time. And I'm talking weeks at a time and months at a time, going to these dangerous parts of the world and really missing these pivotal moments in my kids' lives, in my family's life, right? I'm a family man too. I'm not just in the Navy. So for me, supporting my family means that I have to be away from them. It's, a lot of people are like that. It's a terrible, terrible catch-22 kind of a situation. I missed birthdays and I missed first words and first steps and really, you name it, I missed it. And all of that really just so I could barely get by financially, right? We're struggling. We're paying for gas with change from the cup holder, and we're driving around this minivan where the right sliding door would literally fall off the hinges or fall off its tracks if you turned left too fast. And I actually remember the exact moment when my son one day, we were dropping him off at school, he said, can we park somewhere else? Can we park around the block? And we were thinking, like, why? And he was like, well, I don't want people to see me get out of this van. And we just went, poof, like this is not right? Is this what our son deserves? Like a dad who's never there and a family who can't even really afford to buy a vehicle with working doors. And the answer to that is obvious, right? I mean, no, he deserves everything. He's my child. And I'm sure you feel the same way about your loved ones, right? What we all want what's best for our people, right? No one wants to struggle. No one wants to scrape by. And for us, that was really it, right? Clearly what we were doing was not working. We needed to find another way to make money. And that's what we found right here. It wasn't until we joined the Dream Team that we realized we didn't really have to be slaves to our jobs, right? Or to our paychecks. And really no one does, right? Now, this is where you come in, right? This time it's all about you. What's going on in your life that's brought you to us today? I want you to really think about that. Is it that you're a parent that's struggling to get by, or maybe a husband that's not able to ever be at home to support his family? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Are you relaxing on a beach, enjoying a Mai Tai while your business runs? Or are you still working this job that you can't stand? Right? The choice is yours, and we had this exact same choice as well. And we chose to move forward, to have that strategy call, and to listen to every single thing our mentors said. And I'll tell you right now, within 13 months, my wife and I had both left our jobs. Right now, we've bought a house. We've retired my dad, and we've retired Jill's mom. We've traveled nonstop for the last 6 years, pretty much. So again, it really doesn't matter, where you're from, or what you do, or whether or not you went to college, and so on and so on. As long as you have the desire to actually change your life for the better, to spend your time with your loved ones and instead of working and potentially make more money than you ever made in your life, then you're in the right place, because these discovery videos are going to teach you exactly what we do. We're going to teach you exactly how much money you can make, and we're going to show you some of the shortcuts that we found over the years that will actually double or even triple your commissions. Okay, so let's get this started. The very first thing I want to show you here is something that actually blew my mind the first time I saw it. You've probably heard of the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Well, this is the cash flow quadrant from that book. Here, he's got everyone divided into 4 types of people. You've got the employees, and you've got the self-employed on the left, and you've got the business owners, and then the investors on the right. Now, most people that come to us are employees, and that means they're waking up to that alarm clock, they're driving to work, they're getting a paycheck every week or 2 weeks, whatever. And chances are they don't like their job. But what's important to notice here is that they're dependent on a set income that's sometimes stable and sometimes definitely not, right? We all saw what happened during the pandemic, right? Now, others come to us as self-employed, which means they have their own business. Sounds amazing, right? Well, actually, it's not as great as it sounds, because what a lot of people don't realize is that when you're self-employed, you're still an employee, right? But most of the time, you're working harder and longer hours than you would if you were just working for someone else. Because if you don't work your butt off, you don't get paid, right? Now, business owners are a different breed entirely. We aren't employees, so we aren't trading our time for our money, right? My business runs even when I'm not there, so I can spend my time doing things I actually want to do. And this is where the time freedom starts. And I know I've said it before, and I'll certainly say it again, but time is the one thing that you can't get back, right? Once it's gone, it's gone. Now, what really blew my mind about this whole concept is the fact that the people on the left are working for their money and the people on the right are not. Okay, the right side is all about passive income, and that's really where the money comes in without you having to do the work, because you have all these systems in place to do the work for you. And I'll tell you right now, our system has been generating passive income for people, tens of thousands of people now, since 2016, and we are just getting started. So, understanding all of this really made me realize that I didn't have to keep on doing what I was doing. And thank goodness, because like I said, it wasn't working. Right? I had ticked off all those boxes that you're apparently supposed to tick off in life to be successful. I had gone to college. I had met my wife. I got a great career. We had some kids. And don't get me wrong, those things are all great. I'm not complaining. But it is truly hard to feel successful. And I'm sure you'll agree when you don't have a penny to your name. Okay? When you're buying the discount diapers that don't really work and you're feeding your kid the cheap formula because you can't afford the good stuff. And again, I feel like I should ask you, are you feeling successful right now? And if you're not, are you willing to do whatever it takes to get there? And I sure hope so, because in our next video, my good friend Agape is going to teach you every single thing about our overall system and what you'll be doing day to day to actually work it. So please pay close attention, take some notes, and I'll see you again at the very end.